Hey everybody, pretty excited. I've got the DIY NAS 2020 edition built and working, and if you stay tuned, I'd like to tell you all about it. The 2020 NAS has been kind of a lot like the year 2020. I've had the parts since late November, December of 2019, and I've been just busy surviving the pandemic, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to dedicate to it, but now that I finally have, I'm pretty excited to share it with you. Even though the parts sat in my office for most of 2020 and didn't get my attention, I've been excited to build this NAS all year long, mostly because the choices that I made and the hardware that I picked out is so completely over the top and over-engineered for a file server and at the top of my wish list for new toys to play with that I just couldn't resist putting them into this year's DIY NAS. There's probably way more appropriate choices to make when building a DIY NAS, but what I've found is that a lot of people who are looking to build a DIY NAS don't really want a file server. What they want is some sort of home lab server to get them started with virtualization, to tinker with a lot of things in addition to building a DIY NAS. The file server is kind of their gateway to building a little data center in their own house. And because of that, I made some pretty over-the-top choices in picking out the hardware. For the CPU, I picked the AMD Ryzen 9 3900X. For memory, I picked out 32 gigs of ECC DDR4 RAM. The operating system goes on a mirror of two 120 gigabyte NVMe SSDs. There is a IBM M1015 host bus adapter, and to top it all off, it's wrapped in this SilverStone CS381B case. The case is fantastic. It's got 8 hot swap bays that'll fit either 2.5 inch or 3.5 inch hard drives, and inside the case there's room for 4 more 2.5 inch drives. So you might be asking yourself, well, Brian, you've already admitted that this is over the top. Why would you build something that's so over the top? Well, I answered this a little bit earlier. I said that I wanted to play with the coolest, newest toys, and that's what I did. But the other reason that I picked it is that the Ryzen CPU architecture is so wide and so flexible that you could easily take this $1,700 machine and trim it down into something that's way more budget friendly, still is pretty potent, and has tons of room for upgrades in the future. I think anybody who builds something like this using the AMD platform is going to be pretty excited with what they wind up building. Normally I wind up publishing and building a completely different, more economical, I call it the Econo NAS build every year. I'm not actually going to build it this year, but I've already got in my mind a parts list. I've got confidence in the motherboard that I picked out for the 2020 DIY NAS that I want to build, that I would build the Econo NAS around that same motherboard. With regards to building a file server, you could build a NAS for much, much cheaper that performs those duties as well as the hardware in this box. But what's in this box is also going to be able to do all sorts of virtualization, your transcoding, any of your media servers stuff. It's just a really potent machine to have in your house. Down in the video description, you'll find a complete list of all the components that went into the DIY NAS 2020 edition. Plus, you'll find a link to my blog where I discuss each and every individual part in much greater detail than I did in this video. Some of you might be asking, well, if Brian builds 1 or 2 DIY NAS machines almost every single year, what could he possibly be doing with them? Does he really need that much file storage? And the answer to that's no. I don't need that much file storage. I haven't needed or felt the need to upgrade my DIY NAS since I did it back in 2016. I mostly do this because every year people ask, and every year people share that they can't find the parts that I recommended in the prior year's builds. So by building a DIY NAS every single year, I've always got a pretty recent build that people should be able to go and find the parts for. And on top of that, I've found that giving away these DIY NAS machines has been a pretty decent, I guess, marketing expense for my blog and YouTube channel. If you want to find out more about the giveaway, just check out the link in my video description that points to my blog. There's multiple ways to enter, and I'll be drawing a winner on the first of the year. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I want to wish you good luck in my giveaway. I want you to be well and be safe. Have a happy holidays. And please enjoy this time-lapse footage of me assembling and burning in and configuring the DIY NAS 2020 edition.